Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 horror film Animal Among Us, a film that is directed by John Woodruff and it stars Larissa Oleynik, Erin Daniels, Heather Tom and Christian Oliver. And this film focuses on a place called the Merrymaker Campgrounds, and 15 years previously there were two campers that were savagely killed. That was found to be, or that it was claimed to be, some kind of animal attack. So this campsite then closed, and 15 years later it is being reopened. And between the time it closed and it's about to reopen, an author called Roland let's see if I can get this right, Baumgartner has wrote a novel based on these killings 15 years earlier, like a horror novel. And he gets an open invitation to come to this Merrymaker Campgrounds to officially open it and be the celebrity that opens this campsite back up to the public. He agrees to do it because he thinks it'll be good publicity for him. However, when he gets there, the only people that are there running the campsite are two sisters and like a kind of a groundsman, I suppose you could call him. And there's nobody else there. There doesn't seem to be any kind of extravagant opening taking place, and there may well be something animalistic in the woods that is taking out visitors to this campsite 15 years later. Right, that's the best way I can describe the plot of this film. So what did I think of Animal Among Us? Well, I thought this was just going to be a bog standard creature feature type film, and it is and it isn't. It's the best way I can describe it without giving spoilers. Now, I think horror films, if they try and be too complex in their narrative and their story, try and flesh out characters, but with low quality writing or a low quality screenplay, what you usually get is a bit of a mess of a film, and that's unfortunately what we get with this film. It's a messy film with a really confused narrative, that's light on setup, that tries really hard to establish these characters, but the writing isn't good enough for you to relate to them really in any way. And at the very core of this film it's supposed to be like this horror creature feature film, and they don't focus on that anywhere near enough. They focus too much on the drama surrounding it, which none of it. Let's be honest, if you look at the sleeve of this film, it's called Animal Among Us, and you look at the description of the film, you're going to think, well, yeah, it's just a creature feature. I'll watch this, it's going to be one of those cheap thrills where you get cheap scares and there's like a monster running around the woods taking people out, taking nameless characters out left, right and centre in considerably extravagant, gory ways. Well, you're going to be a bit disappointed with this film because that's not really what you get, and a reveal that takes place at the end is ultimately a severe letdown, and the characters involved here are so unlikable and so flawed that you've got I hate horror films and you've got nothing or nobody to root for really. The author Roland, who goes out to open this camp, is a dirtbag basically, so you don't care what happens to him. He essentially cheats on his wife. He's like an author, well, failed author. He's done this one hit book, and he essentially he works at the local university with and he cheats on his wife, who's heavily pregnant. He's a dirtbag, so why would you root for him? The two sisters at the camp, one of them's promiscuous, sleeps with this author the first day he turns up, and the other one is unemotional and manipulative, and this weird groundsman guy, I'm not really sure what his part in the film is really. There's nobody to root for, and other than that there's a couple of fringe characters they add in, like this is she a Spanish or Mexican girl that's supposedly been attacked, who doesn't really speak much English, and this other kind of Bigfoot enthusiast who thinks Bigfoot might be associated to the camp. So they add a couple more to the camp, but there's nobody there really to root for, and there's not enough numbers for them to be like taken out left, right, and centre in entertaining ways. So what you're left with is an unsatisfying film. It's like, you know, choosing a meal off a menu, liking the look of that meal. That sounds really, really nice. It sounds exactly what I want. And they're putting it on, and ultimately the meal's a disappointment. Well, that's exactly how I felt about this film. I thought we were going to get like a really cheap, bog standard creature feature film that, yeah, ain't going to be brilliant, but probably entertaining. And what we don't get that here really. And I think most horror fans watching this film will ultimately be disappointed with what they give you, because it's giving you something that the marketing is saying one thing, the film actually gives you something else. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. I found it really quite disappointing. The production values are okay. There's some okay performances by some, but some of the other performances are below average, but nothing, you know, shockingly bad. But yeah, ultimately I was a little bit disappointed with this film. So let me know if you've seen the film, what you thought about it. Thank you very much for watching, and of course I'll see you next time for more reviews on Screen Stars. I'm going to take a little bit of a break for a week or two leading up to Christmas. I'll probably still put a couple of reviews up here and there in the coming weeks, maybe 2 or 3 a week, but probably not going to be daily uploads for a week or two. I'm just going to have a little bit of a break. So thanks for your support, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Screen Stars.